YouTubers on. Now we're ready. Welcome to my TV, everybody. We'll be YouTubing live now. We're on. Is this me? What mic is that? Okay. Weird. In a different order. Yeah. That mic needs to be up more. Sorry. Yeah, it sound better over there on YouTube. Maybe. Just turn it up. Somebody give me instruction. The only thing I know is I need to learn to breathe while I sing. We're going to play one that we've been rocking out lately that's heavy in my head. It seems to work. I should come up with more to it. Just like freaking that. I decided to cut it 2 hours short. How's that song go, man? There's a song and it goes with the wallflowers, and it goes something like song, supposedly kind of cheerful. Oh, it starts off with an old man breaking down on the side of the road. Figure that. Old man broke down on the side of the road. God asked me if maybe I could light his load. Open his door and he thanked me in kind. Told me the words that would open my mind. He said, don't worry about the gasoline, 'cause we're moving. Don't worry about the TV screen, 'cause we're moving. Don't worry about the bombs that fall, 'cause we're moving. Don't worry about nothing at all, 'cause we're moving. The man in the alley just singing the blues. And I gotta stop this song. We're gonna start it over again from the very beginning after we unwind all the lines in the guitar chord. Because I really have a peeve about this, right? That we unwound at all times. So I think it transfers sound better if it's not in a spiral. I know that's untrue, but it is true, actually. At the same time, it is true. If it can be true, it probably is true. It's just probably not relevant. And that's probably the case. I gotta have it unwound. Old man broke down on the side of the road. Stopped to ask me if maybe I could lighten his load. Well, he opened his door and he thanked me in kind. Said the words that would open my mind. He said, don't worry about the gasoline, 'cause we're moving. Don't worry about the TV screen, 'cause we're moving. Don't worry about the bombs that fall, 'cause we're moving. Don't worry about nothing at all. The man in the alley just singing the blues. Telling everybody that we're walking loose. One day I'll wake up and see the sun. Know that every day we're bringing is the day we want. Sometimes the lines are hard to see. The haze, it takes over me, but you gotta keep on moving. One day I'll be dead and gone, and I'll see you again. It won't be too long. We'll meet in a place where there ain't no pain. Until then, my song remains. Yep, that's it. Ugh. What's up, YouTube? How's it going, Facebook? reaction. Put it away, man. It's time to put it away. All for another day. Like another night. Because we will play again. What's Bitcoin pricing doing, man? How are the Bitcoins? How are the Bitcoins, everybody? I'll tell you how they are. They apparently suck. They apparently suck really bad. That's what Bitcoin's doing, sucking really bad compared to where it was at. The exciting times are apparently not ahead of us right now. Or they are, but they're... Sheesh, man. Wow, right? I mean, it seemed like we were like kicking it. Like we were like the nouveau rich. And now we're just the morons who have Bitcoin. But some people are doing it better. Some people are using it to their advantage. They're not being stupid. I'll come back in there and say what I'm saying. Now see, you know, there are some people who are using it to their advantage, like what they gained, like the information and the knowledge of cryptocurrency, not just Bitcoin in general, but you know, more than just Bitcoin, but everything. You know, the whole conglomeration of cryptocurrency and what to do. Boy, is it a big thing. Some scary stuff, man. Make me shake. Ugh. God, it's big stuff, man. I mean, you gotta be brave, for one, to spend your time, you know, cumulatively dealing with that. You have to be pretty brave, I think. And you have to be pretty smart. You have to know how to read confusing things and interpret them, because it's not very clear a lot of times what's going on with that stuff. So, like, you know, you got to be pretty smart. But understanding how it plays into the next world of everything, I mean, just, who knows? Who knows? Could be anything. Hey Tamara, we're talking about Bitcoin and how crazy it is. I'm done playing loud music. I figure the neighbors need a break sometime around 10 o'clock and it's 9:45, so I turned it down. Yeah. And I'm also live on YouTube. I simulcast it. Everything I say, that way I can consume cloud space. Because, see, I figure if I'm a bigger chunk, right, in the Bitcoin war, I know I haven't gone back to cryptocurrency yet, but so I get a recorded bigger chunk of me, then when the historians dig it up in 5000 AD, it'll be about me, right? That's the way I figure it. I figure it'll be about me, thereabouts, because I'll be the biggest chunk of, like, you know, stuff in the files, because they record everything and are saving it now in the cloud. And I slurped my coffee, Jerry says, and that's gross, but he says it's okay now because it's European. Here's the deal. Cryptocurrency is some crazy stuff, and I don't know how you can ride it out, you know? I mean, that's some tough stuff. I mean, it was up around, it hit 20,000. It actually hit the number 20,000. It's now like 3,500 again. And that's so far from 20,000 again. I mean, it rose pretty quick. I mean, it went from like 800 to 20,000 in no time flat. So why not 3,500 into 2,000? I mean, 20,000 again, right? I don't know, but there's a lot of skepticism after a drop like that, so it'd be a long time before you'll find a lot of people wanting to invest money, you know. It was definitely an inflation or a bubble or whatever you call it. I don't like bubbles. I think they're more like balloons. I wish people would call them balloons. Bubbles and balloons are two different things. And there's a lot of different aspects to bubbles and balloons. Maybe it was a bubble and not a balloon. But if it was a balloon, let's call it a balloon. So anyways, it ballooned for sure. You know, and I kept telling people about it and stuff, and I mean, I got one friend who's wholeheartedly into it, and I want his endeavor to work out, you know. Crypto spot, everybody. And we need to get that mix up in here because we're going to play it off and on throughout the show, I think. I'm working on a mix called Crypto Spot. It's named after Crypto Spot, or Spots, as they're called. And we're trying to get it open here. We will have it in a second. We'll play the beginning of it because I think it's great. It's so fun. Let's get this radio on. That off. A blip of noise. I was not prepared for that, but I was. Oh, load slowly, why don't you? Why are you loading so slowly? It is not that much stored memory. So anyways, are you still watching Tim O'Dwyer? We do. I don't think so. Otherwise it'd be like, there'd be a dot. I think so. I need to put some Fenny's Irish cream in that coffee. That would make it a lot better. It just cools it off too quick. What is going on, man? Oh, it's because I have this open because I'm streaming at the same time. It's taking a long time to load. That's not good. That means my computer can't handle this. It means my computer can't handle it. I can handle it. I'm handling it right now. Just as long as it doesn't crash, I guess we're okay. Just don't crash, computer. Don't crash. No. Dun 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 dun. Turn the volume to there. It's still loading it, man. We may have to shut down YouTube temporarily. No. It'll work. It'll load. We just need to stop for a minute. Freeze frame. I wonder if I could pause the recording. Yeah, YouTube, what are you doing to my show? Let it finish loading Mixcraft because I need my music. They just didn't want me to have my music. Don't you dare come in here, catchers. You know I'll have to hiss at you and you'll think I'm mad at you for a day. Hitting the jack. Crypto spot. It's not very good. So I gotta stop doing this kind of stuff. I'm not good at it. You know, I need to get good at something and I need to do that. And I'm not good at anything. I'm not even good at watching TV without talking. You know that? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not even good about watching TV without talking. God. Right, everybody? I mean, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. I can't watch TV without talking. I can't sit through a movie. I can't read a book. I can't freaking, I mean, there's nothing I'm good at. I can't even do like hobbyish kind of things that are like non-productive, productive things, like, and be good at it. I can't do this. That was a terrible mix. You know, it was awful. It's lousy. It's lousy. It's no good. No. Why do I work at things and get no good results? I need to go live and paint. Painting I'm good at. because nobody cares about it. People tell me I do good at painting, so that's a good joke on everybody. I'm no good at it. Oh man. Yes. Oh man. Oh man. And I have food. That's something else. That's something to be happy about. You know. Grits and ramen was where was that? Or rice. Grits, ramen, or rice. And I don't even know if I have the packaging on the rice, so it could be 1 minute rice, 5 minute rice, 10 minute rice, 20 minute rice. I don't even know what time. Yeah, I don't even know what kind of rice it is. It's just rice in a bag or something. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's what they always say on Quantum Leap. Oh boy. Oh boy. And I got it. I got this. Let me tell you what. I got this. Because I'm going to get good at something. Not bad at painting if you give me expensive enough stuff. My stuff looks like expensive. Because it was with expensive paint and expensive canvases. And that makes it worth more than when I paint on crap. But the crap is supposed to be worth something because it's supposed to be so good anyways. Because I'm so good, and that's not the case. That's not the case. And I don't want any more Fennies. No. Oh, man. Luckily, I took my medication early, so I'll be going to bed after a while. And that'll be a nice little thing. I won't have to wait until midnight. Nope. It's interesting. I don't know what to think. I was watching the news today about Trump being a piece of poop. And it's just like, well, yeah, he is, but he's better than the other piece of poop we would have gotten. But not by much. No, they were both awful. Couldn't we have gotten somebody else altogether? Why do we have to? We've had some real pieces of poop, but boy, that was some work we had in this last election. I mean, they had to dig to the bottom of the barrel to say, hey, this is what we want. I mean, I can't even. It gives me heebie-jeebies to the umpteenth degree. I'm sitting here shaking and squirming and wiggling and writhing at the very thought that was the best that we could come up with for president. Were these people, and it's been that way for several elections. You know, these people haven't been real winners. You know, I mean, even Reagan, supposedly did some good stuff, but he was an actor, and it was a big deal because he had been divorced. So that tells you how critical we were of people and their profile and morals and code of conduct and background. At least what we knew of them would have been really high standards. They were held to a pretty high standard. And now we've got Donald Trump just some 10 years later since 2000. It's like, well, each person, he's got 10 fingers and 10 toes and he can walk pretty well. He puts on a suit pretty good, you know. What the hell? I mean, who knows what motivates? We know what motivates some, and that's really scary. When they talk about when people say that it's a racial thing, that's an interesting thing. We're gonna get the cat out of the bag, and I'm gonna go down that explosive rail of Trump and the racial crap line that everybody voted for him would be racial. And it's no, nobody would. Not everybody would. But that somebody would, based on race, vote for Donald Trump. It's really? That's why you voted? Because he was white and male? That's why you picked him? That's just all? That was your criteria for your president? That he'd be white and male? I mean, there were a lot of people that you could have voted for other than Trump, even in that category, and yet you chose Trump out of them. What were you thinking? But it just doesn't. It makes me wonder. I mean, if you really thought he was aligned now with that ideology, and that's why you voted for him. Well, that's sad, you know, that he could be or would be or might be or wouldn't be or isn't, but that even suspect-wise, and it would promote actual enough votes. See, that's the part that I don't get. It's enough votes. Enough people voted for Donald Trump for racial reasons. It was racial reasons. Enough people voted for Donald Trump. You see what I'm saying? I need a pickaxe because I'm a miner. I feel like a miner right now. If I didn't have the camouflage in the hat. It was like an old hat. But it's really weird. You know, I try to figure it out. You got racially motivated like voting, and there was enough racially motivated voting that was a deciding factor in the election. It was enough votes that it swayed it. And that was the contributional vote that he needed to win, was from racial voting. I hope there's not that many racial people out there, you know. I mean, that would actually be a huge problem in my line of sight. I know there's a lot of racially charged areas and racially charged people. I've met them. I mean, both black, white, Hispanic, otherwise, I don't know. Everybody seems to be somewhat amped about their own selves, you know. I prefer people though that are just happy about where they came from. You know what I'm saying? I think that's okay. You know, for example, just like proud of where you came from, proud of your heritage or something like that is still an okay thing to have. Somehow, I think, for some people, or that heritage identity and stuff and cultural identity. Is okay to have. To think that you have to turn into a big, like, you know, melting pot of who knows what I am, crayons smashed together, heated in the sun, sitting there, you know. No, it doesn't have to be that way. You know, I think it can be if you want to be that way, but I don't think anybody should be forced to give up their cultural identity, you know. And then, of course, there's cultural misappropriation and masculine toxicity, toxicology, masculine, toxic, whatever, toxic masculinity, that's it. Yeah, and then you have toxic masculinity, and you got, what was the other one we could have talked about? The racial appropriations kind of thing, and it's like, man, that's what cultures do when they clash. That's what they do. That's what the purpose of trade and making friends and doing things is to pick up like traits from each other. I mean, I think it's sort of part of it. Even if not their cooking, what else, you know? Everything could be. So that's a pretty bad thing. You know, people are always claiming like where things came from or who came up with what first, and it's like, who really cares at the end of the day? Some of that doesn't matter. But, you know, this toxic masculinity question, it's like, isn't femininity getting a little toxic? Because I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting real sick of it. I like a tough woman, but at the same time, I like a feminine woman. I don't like to listen to her say that I'm supposed to be feminine too. That's just bullshit. You know, that starts to take on a different tone. And that's what they're sort of trying to do, you know, turn everybody into a snowflake, whether you're a man or a woman. Women, it's okay. And, you know, people always talk about equality. Men and women are not equal. Women are put on a pedestal. Men can sleep on the ground, women get to sleep on like something that's not the ground. You know, I mean, there's always been, and always has been a preference for women to get what they want most of the time in most societies when things are good. Because, you know, if she's doing well, you're going to do well. That's how it works. That's a thing. That's a thing to know about. But anyways, I need more coffee. Endeavor to consider all that. Think about it. because I eat me spinach. Spinach, YouTube. Not what I was looking for. I think I went to get coffee, but I wanted a different flavor for a minute, and I got it. Into the corner just as well as they came out. That's the end of our show, everybody. Mm-hmm.